relationships, trauma, philosophy. Relationships, trauma, philosophy.
Hello and welcome to episode 30 to the greatest podcast known to man.
Episode 30, flirty and 20 thriving.
Yes, what she said.
For those that don't know, that's from 13 going on 30, the movie. She says, I want to be 30, flirty and thriving.
It's a good film.
It's a great film, I love it.
It is a good film. I love the old, the old shows, the old films, old rom-coms and any old film with overaged adults in schools. That sounds weird. No, that sounds so weird. I tried to put in a joke there and it just sounded really weird. I like old films that are based in schools, like high schools, but the joke I was trying to put in there was a lot of those people that play those kids, whether they're supposed to be 17, 16, are like usually in their 30s.
Yeah, like Glee.
Like Glee, yeah.
30, and The Breakfast Club, they must have been over.
Oh my God, they were so much older.
Yeah.
And you can tell.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what I meant, but it didn't come out very well.
That's fine. But I love those old rom-coms as well, and particularly ones that involve like body swaps or life swaps, and they wake up and
yeah, there's a lot of them, isn't there?
Yeah, and there's going to be a new Freaky Friday on that note, hopefully this year. Cannot wait. So Lindsay Lohan, Jamie Lee Curtis, I hope Chad Michael Murray's in it again as well.
We can only hope.
We can only hope. He's making a bit of a resurgence at the minute. Do you know what I'm on about?
No.
He was in One Tree Hill and is blonde. He was in A Cinderella Story.
What's his name?
Friday. Chad Michael Murray. He was one of my celebrity crushes, like big time. Like I really fancied him. And he's recently making quite a comeback in films. He was in one with, who was it? Where they weren't Julia Roberts, or was it? I don't know, but yeah, he's popping up in Netflix films and stuff lately. So I suspect he will be in Freaky Friday.
Well, that is exciting.
Yeah.
I've just looked him up, briefly recognise him.
You'll know him from House of Wax, I bet.
Oh, he's in House of Wax. How
he
interesting. Yes, I can see he's in House of Wax. I don't remember what character he must have played, the brother or something. But yeah, fair enough. Not seen him a great deal. Yes, there we go. The Merry Gentleman he was recently in on Netflix.
That looks like a Christmas film.
It does.
Well, yeah, so great films, 30 flirty and 20 thriving.
20 thrive, yeah, which is what we've gone with this year, 2020 thrive. And we very much kicked off the year with this as well. I know we're a couple of weeks past New Year's, but we didn't get to cover this in the last episode, and we thought it would be funny to cover this now. So have we had 3 New Years together? I remember 2. No, yes, we have 3. We had 3. So of course we've had 3.
Yes,
yeah.
Oh,
I know, yeah.
I've got some sad news. Wait, was Shed Bar our first New Year's together?
Yes.
So the Shed Bar in Leeds, after the lease has run out and they're not renewing it, they're closing down.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I know, literally, like the restaurant we had our first date in is shut. Potentially reopening. Donna Summer in Leeds, it's great.
Donna Summer in Leeds is still currently open.
Is it?
Yeah, I've walked past it
recently.
Yeah.
Oh, right, because I thought they've like shut down all their socials and they're like, change is coming.
Yeah, no, Leeds is still open.
Okay, good. Well, Donna Summer's great if you are Yorkshire based.
A lot of them have closed, yeah.
Yeah, sadly. But yeah, Shed Bar closing.
That's such a shame. That is a shame because we paid £50 and we had free whiskey all night. It was great.
Yeah.
And they're a full whiskey bar. They've got on the menu. They've got like 100 bottles of whiskey to choose from.
And we could have. I think we could have had any free like house spirit, some wine were included in.
Yeah.
It was just you paid for the wristband and it was rock and roll music all night. It's great.
It was a great New Year's. It was actually really good. Shelby mounted me on the dance floor.
I think I had my hand down your pants.
She may have had her hands down my pants. It was rather rude. And we met our doppelbangers gangers. And we all gangbanged.
No, not true. Fake news. But there's this couple who looked.
Because what else would you do if you saw your doppelganger?
But
Unfuck them.
Scott was adamant that these were doppelgangers, right? He was like, look at that couple over there, they're just like us. They resembled us in no way, except they were a man and a woman who were clearly a couple.
They dressed like us, he had long hair like me, they looked rocky, they were sat next to us.
I'm going to reiterate that we were in a rock bar.
No. I'm telling you now, they were a spitting image of both of us.
Yeah, sure. But it was great. It was such a good night. So that was our first New Year's together. I think second New Year's must have been at your friend's house in Chipley. Like all your friends. What are you on about?
Second, we've had 3. There's that one, the one we had last year.
Yeah, it's in Dubai.
And then one this year, yeah.
No, we've had 4.
What's the 4th one?
So the second one, so Shed Bar, number 1. Number 2 was Shipley House Party.
Oh, fuck, I forgot about that.
Well, I'm glad it was so memorable for you.
There we go, I do remember that now. Oh, yeah, that was a good turnout, that, wasn't it?
It was great. It was lovely.
That was a great turnout. Sadly, they don't have that. They actually all left that
It was such a cool
apartment
flat
recently.
as well, wasn't it?
It's a very good apartment for parties, actually, yeah. Oh, that was great, yeah. And my American friends were there as well. And then there was this one American guy that came. I'd met him before, I know he's an alright guy, but he came, didn't really speak to anyone. And then at 12 o'clock, just ate all the cheese.
Why not?
Which is just the most random thing to do, not speak to anyone. And then suddenly, once it hit 12, he took that moment to just absolutely, like, when we say ate, everyone remembers that, because I'm not joking, he was walking around with like basically a block of cheese in his hand, just scoffing the cheese at 12. And whilst everyone, drank and kissed each other at 12, he was just eating cheese and kissing no one. But yeah. Then we did Dubai, which is the most impressive one we've done. We got into Dubai at 8 p.m, got to the hotel at 10 p.m, and then got out to the place to watch fireworks 20 minutes before it hit 12. That was incredible. And then this most recent New Year's, we did it in our local.
We did. We did a bit of a bar crawl around the roughest area around us.
Yeah.
We had an Indian meal at our favourite local Indian restaurants.
Which is lovely. That's not rough at all. And
lovely.
the staff are so nice in there.
Yeah.
Really caring.
Totally. Like, every time I ring up, the owner Raj is like, "Is that Shelby?" I'm like, "Yes, it is. How are you?" "Yeah, I'm good, thanks. How are you?" "Oh, how long are you in the UK for?" Etc. And he's owned it for over 20 years, like something like 25 years now, I think. So yeah, very nice. And it was fun. And I've just noticed our pattern is out, in, out, in. So maybe we're going to shake it all in, out, shake it all about. So we're out in Leeds, in Shipley, out in Dubai, in
I don't think that makes sense, but okay, we'll go with it. What do you mean by out? Do you mean like outside? What do you mean?
No, I mean like out on the town versus in a house.
Well, we were out on the town on New Year's.
What are you on about? What do you mean? Like when the clock struck 12.
Okay, if we're talking at 12, you could be anywhere at 12. We were in bed. But yeah, so Shelby's logic has just blown us all away.
As it always does.
As it always does. And yeah, it was quite different because, like Shelby said, we just did all the roughest pubs because we thought it'd be a laugh. But bizarrely, basically a bunch of pubs have been recommended to us, which we've just never got round to in our local because we've got so many in the local towns. So we thought, you know what, let's have a nice crawl between them. And we were having like half pints so we could drive because there was sort of a distance between each other. And there were some really nice pubs. But the first one was like a real local pub, and it was that pub that it was nice in there, but it made you feel like everyone was looking at you like, who are you? Like, we've not seen you before. And it was they weren't harsh. And then from the first pub, from that pub forward, we just thought, wouldn't it be funny if we just go to the roughest pubs? So we went to another pub which was even rougher near our local, and Again, the people are nice. We didn't like getting a punch up or anything, but it was just funny to be in there and be stared at.
Yeah.
And then there was another one which was even rougher we were going to go to, and we drove past it, and we thought, no, we best not. That one might be a bit too rough, you know. When you've got a woman in her 70s out with a fag in fishnet stockings, and her teeth falling out, that's not a pub you want to mess with. But yeah, it was good fun. We went to a pub that has featured celebrities.
Yes. We have indeed, yeah. Youngblood's been in there.
Youngblood and many others because, yeah. What?
Because I think you're about to just say something that identified where we live.
Correct, I was, but there's something across the road that brings them over. Yeah. So yeah, it was an odd one, but what we were laughing during the whole process, and we actually hit 12 o'clock in Shelby's house, and we're in bed by about 12:05. I think because, well, the main reason is we have so much planned for the year ahead. Like, we're not a boring couple. If we were boring and we didn't do much in our lives, well, then New Year's would be a big freaking deal. We'd pull out all the stops. But we do a lot, and we socialise a lot, and we spend a lot. So, like, New Year's, for me, it is a bit more special than for you. But it feels less like you have to do as much.
Yeah.
Because we know in 2 weeks' time we'll be, trotting off somewhere.
Yeah. Well, exactly. Like, that's why I just think, there's so many exciting things that we do. It doesn't need to be the most exciting night of the year for us.
No.
And we watched the fireworks. Watched the fireworks off the balcony. It was lovely.
That was, I was impressed by that, actually. I've not had that sort of view before, where you were able to see that many fireworks going off in houses and gardens and pubs, and that was nice. That was a really nice touch. But now what we've said is that why don't we make a habit of having 1 year where we have a big blowout New Year's, like the Dubai last year, and then the following year always have a New Year's like at home in like local bars, local pubs, maybe some rougher ones, just to ground ourselves and just remember, yes, we have it, and yes, we have things we want in life, but let's not forget where we came from. I did say that in a really nice quote on the night, but I've forgotten what I said, but just think.
But yeah. I think you said it very nicely there. It's keeps us grounded, keeps us humble, that we're not just these, jet-setting superstars that we are. Yeah, I think it's nice, especially when we've had such a busy year and we've got such a busy year to come. It's nice to have that downtime and that time to reflect, that time to just chill and just be in the place that we live. I think it's nice.
It is nice. And I think I summarised it. I think I've figured out what I said.
Yeah.
The splash out year is when you realise I've got it all. And then the local New Year's, when you're back at home, you realise you already had it all.
John Lewis advert, 2K26.
There we go. That's why I like the blend of the two, because it keeps you grounded.
Yeah, absolutely. And now I guess we just need to decide what extravagant thing we're going to do next New Year.
Well, that's it. That's it. Yeah, the extravagant one is next year.
Vegas looked lit.
I fucking bet it.
Did you know that that big eye that they've got there now, that big dome?
Oh yeah.
Or the sphere, is it called?
Yeah, it's the sphere.
They had this giant. It looked like a robot.
Donny Dumb's bear.
This giant. It looked like a robot was like tapping on the glass. Like people were inside it, and it looked like this robot was tapping in the glass. And like when it hit midnight, like the robot broke through, and then it looked like the sky was open, and the robot was like going to go in. It looks sick. Like I'll have to show you a video. Anyone, just YouTube Vegas Sphere 2025 New Year's Eve, I guess.
Oh, I'd love to see that. That sounds really cool.
It was sick.
I would really like to go watch an artist in there. Apparently it's quite an experience.
Yeah, it'd be really cool.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
You know what's funny on that, actually? We got the... Because Shelby said, get a countdown for us on the laptop. I got 2 up. The first one I got up was New York. And the second one I got up was London. And then I thought, oh no, the New York one would be more fun. So I left the New York one on. And Shelby came in and went, why you put the New York on? And he went, no, because you wanted a countdown. And I was like, what's wrong? And he was like, are you stupid? It's like 6
It'll
hours.
be waiting a while.
I think it's 5 hours difference at the moment. So I was like, oh yeah, of course. Of course.
I did tell my dad that information. I was like, don't tell
Oh,
someone.
no, you didn't. Did you
Even though it was
actually?
hilarious.
Oh, bugger off. No, I don't like that one bit.
No, but it was funny. Bless you. It's fine. No, well, it's perfect because I would do something just like that too. Like, we're just as daft as each other, aren't we? Well, speaking of new year, new goals, new plans, etc., we've got a very exciting year ahead. And I'm super excited about it. We're going to start in Dubai again. Bit of deja vu. Dubai deja vu.
Dubai Java, we would have been there for a full week once this goes out.
That's mad, isn't it?
That is mad, yeah.
How exciting. We've got an apartment this time, though, so I'm really excited about it.
Oh, God, thank God. That and that's just a good learning, and that's something I'd say doing different is it's worth the additional money or the slightly not as good location to have an apartment. Hotel rooms are just so depressing. If you're not working in them, they're less depressing. But when you're working and especially week, you're not going out doing something every day when you're traveling. It ends up becoming just a normal day, really, because you're out there for a year. So there's a lot of time where you just spend in the same place, and if that same place is one room with room service, no place to cook, no place to just go in another room for a moment, just go on the balcony,
Not
then
even open your case, really, is it?
not even really open your case. It quite quickly becomes too overwhelming and stressful, and you just can't breathe. And yeah, so well worth it having an apartment. Makes a big difference, especially if you're working. Yeah.
So you might say, don't buy a hotel, do buy an apartment.
That's exactly what you'd say.
I'm proud of that one.
Yeah, I'm proud of you too, baby. That's
Thank you.
you should tell that guy who tried to sell us that Ponzi scheme. You should tell him in Dubai. You can go tell him.
I will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we spoke about that last time, but there is.
I was talking about that a bunch, yeah.
Yeah, it was fun to have a free trip to a hotel, have a look around.
Yeah, well,
A free taxi.
5-star really is 5-star there. It's the Hilton actually is stunning there.
Yeah.
It's really nice. Yeah.
So what we have spoke about before, if you land in Dubai and someone says, hey, if you come and look at our hotel, we'll give you a free taxi and we'll give you tickets to whatever activity you want.
I can guarantee you we've already walked past them because I was in Dubai late last year and the same guy was there doing it. So I can guarantee you that he's going to ask us again.
Well, we could do it again if you want. See if we can
See if we
meet
can
our old mate.
Ask
him if he's got any more marriage advice for us.
Oh, that'd be great, as it has stuck with us.
Yes.
And if you're wondering what that's about, then watch
Every episode we've
ever made. No, we did recently do an episode, a couple episodes back. It literally says the word penguin in the title, so just look for that one.
Yeah.
But yes, we've got lots of plans. We've got Dubai, we've got Oman coming up, which is just next to Dubai. You can drive. And then we're looking at Saudi Arabia, which is ginormous compared to these countries, but it's also right next door. And then to go to Jordan in Egypt, check them out as well. And then we're back for a couple different reasons for weddings and hen do's and stag do's that we've have coming up. So it's quite an exciting year.
It is.
Quite an
That's just
exciting
the
year.
first half.
That's just the first half. The second half is going to be Asia. Wow, there's so many countries we want to do. I mean, the ones that'll be for definite China, and Vietnam, And is it Nepal where the doggos are at?
Yeah, I really. Yeah.
Nepal, which would need to be in November, which would be good because we'll end up in India in December, so that would actually work out quite well. So, yeah, Nepal, every November there's a dog festival, so we will plan that out as well. So there's some places we know. There's other ones we're interested in, like Taiwan, Philippines, Laos, Cambodia would be awesome. That I'd definitely take a week or two off for that one. Yeah, so there's so many places. Yeah, I think Philippines would be one that would be quite high on my list to go to.
Absolutely.
There's another one, yeah.
I was seeing earlier today. I saw some like video footage of Okinawa in Japan, one of the islands. Yeah. That's like, yeah, I'm really bad at remembering, but I know that it's got really important history to do with World War II. I don't remember exactly what, and just like interesting history generally speaking. But it looks like a beautiful place to visit. It looks like tropical. Like, really colourful buildings. It looks totally different to what I pictured. I don't know why. But yeah, that is somewhere that I would like to go at some point in life. Probably not this year, but it's out that way.
Yeah, we would definitely visit Japan. I mean, we tried okonomiyaki.
We did try okonomiyaki.
Which maybe has some relevance to Okinawa. Or maybe it has no relevance.
Possibly. I think that's it's
an Osaka thing, isn't it?
I know that it's different in Osaka to what it is in Tokyo.
But Osaka's the OG.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, Osaka's like the OG okonomiyaki. But it is a little bit different.
Isn't it just a pleasure for the senses, an okonomiyaki? Like, to say the word, to taste it, to smell it, to see it, it's beautiful.
And I think I remember preferring the one in Hiroshima, actually.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah.
Because we had our own hot plate, didn't we? And they just made it in front of us.
We did, yeah. And we could just warm it up and play with it and, mix different sauces and that. It was great. We discovered mayo that had 4 holes in the, what'd you say, in the...
spout?
Dispenser, the spout, which then means, whilst that might not sound amazing, it is, because when you squeeze it, it creates 4 perfect lines. So it just makes it look really posh.
Doesn't it?
And it spreads it really nicely, so it's like we're like, wow, this is such a cool little thing. But yeah, I did prefer it. I remember it just being easy to go down. I think the one in Osaka was great. It was great. And Shiho was even better. But I just remember it being so full.
Yeah.
I think it was quite a lot of grease and that. And I think I did go for the larger version, so maybe don't go for a large version.
Yeah.
But it was still great, yeah.
I'll be willing to have leftovers.
Stomach handled the second one a bit better, that's all.
Yeah.
So we have quite an exciting one trip booked, haven't we? And I've got my marathon. I've done my marathon. What am I talking about? It was easy. I've done it. It was a piece of cake. It was 2 minutes ago. Finished it. Completed it.
Oh, yeah. Because it's the 14th of January now, isn't it?
I hope you got that right. So, yeah, it's that was good. So what are you most excited for in our travels of 2025?
Well, I am very excited about seeing new places. Oman, I think, has been somewhere that we've spoken about for a long time now. So that's, very exciting. I am excited that you've done your marathon because last time we went to Dubai, we just missed it, and I know how gutted you were to have missed it. So I'm excited that you've managed to get your Dubai marathon in. Yeah,
it was a vengeance. A year today, I was so angry. We just started off our year of travel with so much happiness, and on the day that we're leaving, the night before, I had to walk past this running shop, which literally had a 24-hour countdown to the marathon. And in that moment, I realised it was the marathon the next day. And I also realised I was flying out at like 6 a.m. So I was very angry, and I was, So it happened in blooming Bangkok as well, didn't it?
Yeah.
But, but I think I just ran a really long race just before that, so I wasn't that arsed about missing that one, but yeah, so it was a vengeance. It was an absolute vengeance. So I thought, I'm going to this next year, and we agreed. So I booked it quite early, and It was great. It was easy.
Good.
It was good. A bit hot, but it was easy.
Bit hot, bit easy.
But what are you most excited for, my darling?
I think, so I'm excited about Oman because you've spoken about that a lot.
Okay, Oman. Yes, you said. Sorry.
That's okay. And Vietnam.
Very good.
Because one of my best friends lived there for a number of years, and I was actually supposed to go out there to teach English as a foreign language, got all my visa sorted. I even had to go to a solicitor's and get an affidavit to say that I am who I say I am because my TEFL certificate didn't have my middle name on it. It's like a whole thing to get all my visa sorted. Just got it all sorted, and then COVID happened. So I never managed to get out to Vietnam. So yeah, that's somewhere that I'm super excited to see. How about you?
Yeah, I've heard great things. I think Vietnam is like the main I think that's the one country, anyone who's done a section of travel in their life, they all say they've been to Vietnam. Like that is like, I feel like Vietnam is, when you think of a traveller, that is probably the most, that would be the country you'd always think of straight away.
They're all Thailand, I'd say.
Yeah, it's like synonymous with backpackers, isn't it?
Oh my god, Pierre, I went to Southeast Asia.
Yeah, exactly.
But we're not those people.
Chundered everywhere. You know that video, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it's so
the Gap
funny.
Year.
Yeah, it was Gap. I think it's the same guy. He does Gap Year, and then another one where he was talking about how he's traveling. Then he, I don't know, meets eyes with someone, and then he just chunders everywhere. It's really amusing, but he's a bit of a prick, really, but he's comedic. For me, the excitement, if I'm going off excitement level, it's Egypt. It's just, I grew up just being so fascinated by the pyramids. One of my best friends is from Egypt. In primary school, we would watch, documentaries on it, draw pyramids. Like, I've just been, I remember someone brought in like hieroglyphics painted on that paper that they use, and I just always remember being so mesmerized by Egyptians. So a level of excitement, Egypt.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. That's I also was obsessed with ancient Egyptians, Tutankhamun,
Yes,
Cleopatra, etc.
They called Cleopatra the golden tongue, the woman with the golden tongue.
I can imagine why.
Apparently she sucked a lot of dick.
Oh my god.
I'm not joking, but like, apparently there's lots.
Well, none of her assistants had balls, did they?
Wow, really? No.
Yeah, they were all. Is it eunuchs?
Oh,
Is that the right
eunuchs.
word?
Yeah, eunuchs. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's mad.
So.
Things you learn.
Things you do learn. But yeah, I think Egypt will be cool as. It's so interesting, like how did they build the pyramids? Do you know that ancient like pharaohs and stuff? Oh, it's snowing in Dubai.
It's not
Can you believe
snowing
it?
or in Dubai, Shari, and you've made an effort this entire episode to bring listeners out of that. They've hung on with all the slip ups, and now you've said that.
It snows in Dubai sometimes.
No, it doesn't.
Especially in January. What was I even on about? Dubai. Oh yeah, so like pharaohs and stuff that were buried in the pyramids. Well, I guess buried. Is that the word? Laid to rest in the pyramids. Were
Mummified.
Mummified, yes. But they were contained, like in their tomb. They'd often put honey because it was viewed as being this like elixir, and healing elixir and all that. That honey would still be edible today.
How come?
Just honey never expires.
Shit.
So if you get honey from a supermarket and it says best before on it, like it don't really matter. Like, so what you could do is, it sometimes goes crystallized and like a sugary. If you put it in a bowl, like the plastic bottle, in a bowl of boiling water, it'll just return to normal honey.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And Well, I guess it is. It's melting it, isn't it? But I like that crystallized honey. I like to just eat it. I prefer eating. If I would just eat honey raw, I well prefer that crystallized versus like just the syrupy version. Like I don't know, I like that crunch and that honey, that hit of honey. It's nice.
Very good.
But that's why. I mean, that's a good thing to have in your bunker, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, not if you're vegan though.
Not if you're a vegan. No, that wouldn't be good then. I wonder if vegans got mummified.
Interesting. I wonder if there are any ancient Egyptian vegans.
Well, we'll find out when we go Egypt.
We'll ask.
We'll ask that question.
On a tour of the pyramid. Excuse me, were there any vegans?
Yeah, were there any vegans? Yeah. Hey, well, you never know. So I'm most excited for that. But I think I am also I'm excited about everything, but that's the most excitement. But I'm quite excited to see Petra.
Yes.
In Jordan. I think that'll be really interesting. And I'd say China. Those are my everything's going to be cool, but those are the three that are definitely really piquing my interest.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be great.
You know what my dad would say about Petra?
What?
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Well, there we go. I think that's a wonderful way to end the episode. I think, we've talked about our travel plans. And, there's going to be a lot more interesting stories coming on this podcast because we are back traveling again. We've not been traveling for a few months now. We enjoyed Christmas. Still had a few trips out. But we've got another year of our travels, haven't we?
We have. Very exciting.
It's very exciting. It's all happening with the love of my life.
Oh,
my
with
darling.
The love of my life. Can't wait.
Oh, edit that out. No, I love you, my darling.
I love you too.
We thank you for taking a break from your day to get balls deep with us. Until next time, remember, stay ballsy.
Dive deep.
But don't forget your snorkel.
Ballsy.